Hello and welcome to this tutorial on the tune Harry Potter. This is the main theme from all the Harry Potter films, and I'm going to show you 4 ways of playing this tune. I'm going to show you a very easy strumming version just using one chord, and that's going to be for you if you are just starting to learn to play the guitar. Also going to show you a cut down version of the tune. I'm going to sort of do that in 2 stages, and finally I'm going to end by showing you how to play the proper tune where you hear all of the notes. So you're looking at the music, you'll probably see lots of strange looking lines and numbers and probably feel a bit confused. If you are a complete beginner, look and see where it says EM, and that is short for the chord E minor. Now if you're not sure what a chord is where we play several strings at the same time, and the E minor is the easiest chord there is on the guitar. This is a simplified version of E minor. The proper E minor is a bit harder, but basically what you need to do is you need to strum 3 strings, the G, the B and the E. I'm holding my guitar this way so the camera can pick it up. The G, the B and the E, and all you've got to do is strum those 3 strings. That's the 3 strings nearest the floor. Strum them down towards the floor, and that is an E minor chord. Okay, so that is E minor, and this hand you don't have to do anything except hold the guitar up. And the way that I suggest you do that is to have your fingers underneath and your thumb on top, and all you've got to do, as I say, to get EM, E minor, is to strum the chord. Now if you look at the music, which is printed out on 2 sheets, you'll see EM typed in italics above some of the bars. To start with, it comes every 2 bars, and then it kind of thins out a little bit as we go through. So I think probably the best thing I can do here is just to play the track, our little recording, and just give you a bit of a heads up where that E minor comes. It's a simple accompaniment, a single strum of the chord every now and again. If you perform this with me later on in the school year, I'll probably nod at you and I want you to play this chord, so you probably won't even need the music. So this is about as easy as it gets, and let's see how we get on. Not here. Going to come back in here. Every 2 bars for a while now. Not here. Wait to the end of the tune and come back here. Here we go. So that E minor chord, just strum those 3 strings like that. That's how you play an E minor chord. Notice my hand is leaning on the bridge. I'm holding my plectrum between my thumb and my first 2 fingers, and literally just pushing the strings gently towards the floor. Not playing these 3 strings, just these 3 nearest the floor. That's a very simple E minor chord. So that's about as easy as it gets. That's the first stage in learning the Harry Potter theme. By the way, that's what I call the very easy version. Let's look and see how we're going to play the easy version now. If you look at the music, you'll see in some thick black circles, or ovals if you like, some funny codes: OE, 5E, OE, OB, OE, 10E, 8E, OE, 7E, 8E, and then on the next page 8B, 7E, 7E, 10E, 8E and OE. And those notes come every other bar. Now if you're not sure what I'm talking about when I say the word bar, I'm talking about the way we split the music up. Now for every complete bar of music in this tune we have 3 counts. So we go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. See, I'm counting out the bars there. And every time I reach 3, I've reached the end of a bar. And so you are going to play a note, a single note, not a strum this time, just a single string, a single note at the beginning of every other bar. Okay, let's explain the code to you. If it says O little e, it means you play this E string, the string nearest to the floor, and you play it open. That means you don't use this hand at all. Okay, so that's O, E. You play that note and you let it ring. Notice O means open, so make sure you're not touching the strings with your left hand. And you count 6 essentially when you play that note, because it's 2 lots of 3. You'll go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, or if you prefer it, you could count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the next note in a circle is 5E. Now this is what I call my simple note code. 5E means 5th fret of the E string, which is here. Now, I'm not sure what a fret is. Well, this piece of white plastic is not a fret. That's called the nut, and it holds the strings in at this end of the guitar. The first fret is this strip of metal here. 2nd fret, 3rd fret, 4th fret, 5th fret. So if I say 5E, I want you to put your finger, and for the moment it can be any finger you like, on the little E string behind the 5th fret, not on top, that's wrong. Behind the fret is what we want. There, really close to it, there. Press nice and hard, and while you're pressing hard, play that string with your right hand, and that is what I call 5E. Okay, 5th fret of the E string. So it's like a simple map reference really. So far we've had open E, and then we've had 5E, and then on the next line you'll see it goes back to OE, open E, and then it goes to OB. That is the B string there, see? The B string is the 2nd string nearest the floor, if you like. That is the B string there. That's OB. So you're playing that string without using this hand. And then you've got open E again, OE, and then you've got 10E. 10E means literally 10th fret of the E string. So you could count it up from the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A good way of remembering the 10th fret is that it's 2 down from the 12th fret. Probably on your guitar, the body of your guitar will start where my fingers are now, see? And so your 12th fret is the fret, the first one down from where the body starts. So that's 12, so 10 is there. I mean, my guitar is a folk guitar, and it shows a little bit more fingerboard, so the first fret down from the body on my guitar is 14, okay, but it'll probably be 12 on yours. So 10 is there, and use the dots to help you. On my guitar I've got a dot on the 5th fret, and the 7th fret, and the 9th fret, and the 12th fret, and a few others as well, and the dots are there to help you. Okay, so 5th fret, 7th fret, 9th fret, see I've got 2 dots on the 7th, and I've got 2 dots on the 12th, and they're there to help you find your way around the guitar. So 10E is there, 10th fret of the E string, and don't forget to press down hard behind the fret, before you play the note, while you're playing the note, and afterwards. If you press hard when you play but take your finger straight off, you'll probably get that, which is obviously not what you want. Okay? And then you have 8E, so that's the 8th fret of the E string, a little bit lower down. And then open E, and then 7E, I'm sure you're getting the idea by now. And then 8E, and so on and so forth, until you reach the end of the 2nd page, which is an OE. So this is what I call the easy version. It's a step up from just playing the E minor chord. And I'm going to play along with the track now, and we'll see how it actually works. Next page. So let's move up to the medium version now, which is the same idea as the easy version, except you're playing a note at the beginning of every bar. So you're not only playing the notes that are in the circles, but you're playing the other ones in code as well. And so you're going to be counting in threes. You're going to be going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now notice that I'm just using my first finger for all the notes at the moment. Obviously that isn't ideal, and you should try to use different fingers, but for the moment, if you want to just use your first finger or your third finger, that's absolutely fine. It won't matter at this stage. Obviously this is twice as hard as the easy version, because you've got a note every 3 beats, not every 6 beats. So you've really got to keep your wits about you. So you have got a few more notes to play in this version. You've got open E, 5E, open E, 4B, which means 4th fret of the B string. The B string is the 2nd string, that's 4B. You've got OB, open E, 10E, 8E, 3G, that's the first time we played the G string. G string is the 3rd string, nearest the floor. See, 1, 2, 3, that's 3G, 3rd fret of the G string. You've got a couple of bars where you don't play anything. Look at the second line of music, 4th bar, you don't play anything in that bar. And likewise the last line of the first page, 2nd bar, nothing in that. Other notes, 7E, 8E, next page, 6E. It's quite a strange tune this, I should warn you. First time I heard it, I actually thought they'd made a mistake in it. It's such a strange tune. That kind of brings out that mysterious, magical feel to it, I guess. Carrying on, 8B, 3G, 7E, again at the end of the first line of music on the 2nd page, there's not a note in that bar. 7E, 10E, 8E, 8E, 3G, and you end on open E. So I'm simply going to play along the music. You're going to see me looking over at my music I've got in front of me here, and you would need to do the same. I should stress there is a slower version of this that you can download and play along with. This is the one at full speed, but there is one that's a bit slower. So actually what I think I'll do, I think I'll use that slower one, and that will give us more chance to find our notes. Here we go then. Nothing in that bar. Nothing in that bar. That bar. So that was at the slower speed, and that's quite hard. That's probably the hardest version you'll probably want to do if you are at primary school. And you probably noticed that's not the full tune, you can't hear the full tune. But obviously when we perform this, I will play the full tune, or we'll use our backing track, and you can play that along with it. Okay, so the 4th stage of this, the hardest version of this, is what I call the advanced tune. And the way we play the advanced version is we use tablature. Now the tablature is written as 6 lines. They're the strings of the guitar. They're labelled on the far left hand side. Look at the first page. Look at the beginning of that first set of 6 lines. It says TAB, written one on top of the other. That's short for tablature. That's what this type of music is called. You'll see the strings labelled, little e, B, G, D, A and capital E, so you know which string's which. And you will see some numbers drawn on those strings, on those lines. The first number you can see is a 0. It's on the B, that means open B. Then in the next bar you've got a 0 drawn on the little e string, that's open E, and then the 3, so that's 3rd fret of the E, and then the 2, that's 2nd fret of the E. In the next bar you've got the 0 on that same string, open E, and then you've got 7th fret of the E. And you'll soon realise that if you've been doing the easier or very easy versions of the tune, what you were doing when you were playing those versions is you were playing some of the notes of the advanced version. So this is pretty tricky. Probably your best bet is to just practice this a little bit at a time. It does jump up and down the guitar quite a lot, pretty tricky to follow, quite a strange tune. If you can play this, believe you me, you're doing very well indeed, because it is a pretty tricky tune to play. So in a nutshell, tablature shows you 6 lines. They're the strings of the guitar. The numbers on those lines are the frets. So essentially they're the strings that you're playing. So if you see a number on a line, you've got to play that string with your right hand whilst doing what you need to do with the left hand. That may be nothing. If the string is open, all you've got to do is play the string. And if it's a number like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, obviously you've got to find the right fret and hold the string down behind that fret whilst playing that string with your right hand. Tablature is a worldwide format for the guitar, so this is not something I've invented. So if you can learn how to read tablature, and we'll be doing this a lot over the year, you'll be doing yourself a real big favour, because it will mean to say that you can download music from the internet and you'll be able to play it. So I think what we'll do now is we will finish this tutorial by playing this advanced version. I'll use the slower version again. I'm going to use some better fingering, my left hand, on this version. You won't see me playing everything with the first finger, it's virtually impossible. I haven't marked the fingering on the tablature because it's largely a matter of personal preference, and so you'll probably figure out your own good fingering. But suffice to say, don't try and play it all with one finger. So we get on then. So there we have it, that is the theme tune to Harry Potter. A pretty weird tune it is, and you've got 4 ways that you can play that. And I suggest if you're an absolute beginner, you start off by doing that very easy version, just playing the E minor chord, and then work your way through the versions. As I say, if you end up being able to play that advanced version, you are doing really well indeed. And I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you soon.